All right, so kind of felt bad for Pete's 590 that we weren't able to actually give it a proper A/B test comparing how much the porting itself gained over stock. If you watch that video, everybody was commenting on how hard it was to watch and yada yada yada, because those first cuts were hard to watch. A lot of that had to do with the chain condition. I probably should have sharpened it beforehand, my bad. And the ignition timing, which was over advanced, like from gearheads or something. So we didn't have good A/B testing. The difference was 52%. Honestly, you could get that out of a chain. So I just decided, well, it wasn't good enough. Let's get a bone stock brand new Echo 590, which I've done. I fired it up at oils and runs. I haven't tuned on it, although sitting there cranking on it on the bench seems to be okay. But bone stock, untouched. Haven't even taken the muffler off. You can see how clean it is. So we're going to do A/B testing, the same log, same chain, and we're going to find out how much faster it is. Now this, I did all the port work on it. It has a gearheads muffler. I added a 1-inch pipe. It's got the big old dogs, which won't matter for our test. It has a Redbeard foam filter. So I might pull the air filter off of this one just to sort of equalize that. Because while all filters are great, I don't know of any filters that flow better than stock. So I've got a scrunch in my pocket. We'll use this bar and chain on the new saw to eliminate any other variables. We'll do 3 cuts, no dogs. So just letting the chain push its way through the wood, pull its way through the wood. And we'll do them all right here. Boom, 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 boom. And we'll time it. We'll see. So I'll have to watch the video and time it, and then I'll come back and pretend like I knew that was the result all along, obviously. So. Just so the judges can see, full cookies, no hokey nonsense. Same deal here. That was the other part of the issue on that initial testing, was that I cut out on all the original runs and didn't notice it until after I had gone back and watched the video to time it. So in an effort to redeem myself, I went and spent like $500 on a new saw just for video content, which I think is probably not a wise financial decision, but it's the one that I made. I made it for you. I hope you appreciate it. No, this saw will likely get ported and sold either locally or online. So if you are like, man, I really want an Echo saw that he's ported, here's your chance. This is, if you've seen the other videos, you know, Oregon chain. It might have been C83 when it was new. It's not new anymore. But I did file it. The rakers are super, super low on it though. After I filed it, they were in the neighborhood of 35 thousandths, which is a lot. So it would probably cut a little bit faster with less raker height, but you know, that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Can't always get what you want or the right thing. Would it be great to put a brand new chain on this saw and all that jazz? Sure. But this one cuts fine. I just hand filed it with a regular round file. Would I have preferred Hexa? If you watch my channel, I think you would know the answer to that, and that is yes, or even square. But it's a customer chain, and I don't believe he is up to wanting to learn a whole new methodology of filing. So, to make it easier for him, kept it round. All right, this will be the first time this thing touches wood. Just want to see how clean it is. Still see the numbers on it. Factory muffler. It's all pretty, has stickers. Got the Yamabiko, which I believe is the only saw manufacturer not in China today. So for all of you Americans driving your Hemis built in Mexico, you should be cutting with Echoes. So this still has the limiters in the carb because I have done nothing besides take it out of the box and fuel it. Still has the limiters. It's as lean as those will let it go. So let's see. Cut over here on this log too. You can see it's got knots real bad in it. See how it handles variance and fiber. Back to the shop, time it, and talk about it. So, what have we learned? Morgan can make a saw faster than stock. So here are our numbers. You saw them as they popped up on the video with the times for each cut. Our averages. I'm going to share our averages here and our total gain percentage, because that's what all the guys talk about, right, when they're bragging. Oh, I gained 805% on my Echo 540, and I don't know, guys are done. So the ported saw, we saw it ran first. Its fastest time was 3.74 at the end, with an average of 3.90 seconds for all three cuts. Similar story with the stock saw. Its fastest run was its third one at 5.25 seconds with an average of 5.29. Which, if we math our math and we compute, you know, 29%. So, I know what I think, and I know the customer is cool with 29% gain. We'll call it 30. Can we call it 30? Can we round up that 1%? So, 29, 30% gain. Here's my big question. Would you be happy with a 30% gain on a saw that you're going to use to cut firewood, hobbyist, not trying to go racing or anything like that, but, you know, a guy that likes hot rods, so he fits in with most saw guys. I mean, he already had done some work to make the saw better and faster and louder. He had the big deflector on top, the gear heads unit. He had already done a carb mod, the Redbeard air floater, which I can actually pull off and show you here. I realized I haven't done that yet in any of the videos on this saw. Well, Okay, there we go. So it's just these two discs and this foam, and I'm not touching it. I don't know, if you've never messed with a foam filter, you know why I'm not touching it. That crap is sticky, and it sticks on everything. It's gross. But it's got that on it. The guy likes to go fast. He likes to do cool things. He likes motors. We should be friends, I think. And he's happy with 30%. But would you be happy with 30% from a ported saw? Now, obviously, every saw is different. Some saws, for example, like Modern 5 Series Huskies, Steel 500Is, 462s, 30% would be big on those, right? They're already pretty high strung from the factory. And when I port them, I typically try to just broaden the torque band so that they lug a little better, they pull a little bit more evenly, longer bars. But a lot of these saws, especially these older designed Echoes, the gain is really in pushing RPM up. They already make good torque, right? Everybody loves these, and that's for a good reason. Like, they're $450 new, and they'll pull a 24. I mean, they'll pull a 28 if you really want to lug on them. I don't suggest that, but they'll do it. They make good torque. They're reliable. They're priced very well. They're very robust and well built. They're good saws, but refining them so that they maintain that torque and then continue to make power higher up, cut faster, is really the advantage in the process with it. 372s, 390s, 346s, Dolmer 7900. A lot of saws, especially older models, follow that same pattern of when it comes to porting for a work saw or a play saw or firewood saw, it's about taking that torque band and pushing it up in the RPM, whereas on most modern saws, they're already really high strung. They've got limited coils. Sometimes the workaround for those limited coils is technical. And so you don't try to push the RPM higher. You instead try to fatten that torque curve and make it a broader table so that it's making more power in more places, and making it less peaky is how some people would describe it. So I think it's cool. I'm happy with it. I've done a handful of these, and the gain is usually in the neighborhood of 25-30%. And I'm curious. Comment or subscribe, or let me know what you think. Would you be happy with 30% out of an Echo 590 for a firewood saw? I'm curious what you think. So let's see. Am I in the minority? Usually I am. So there you go. Happy sawing. Still trying to get a tagline.